What's going on, everybody? I know that this album is not one that many of you were probably expecting a reaction to. This was a very special request from a longtime supporter of the channel, Richard Hernandez. And basically, what's going on is I am currently working on a mixtape with a bunch of the guys in the Discord, and in order to raise funds so that I can continue to dedicate more of my time to producing and less of my time to making videos. I have been running a promotion where you can get a reaction or a replay video to an album of your choosing for $30 via the Streamlabs link that is in the description. He took me up on that offer and he asked me to listen to Invitation to Hers by Hers. I've never heard anything by Hers. This is 11 songs long, about 45 minutes long. It's really not too bad. And, I have no idea what vibe to expect. I like the cover art. It gives me like this really vintage sort of I don't know, like R&B 70s kind of a soul vibe maybe. I don't know what to expect from it. I'm thinking, actually no, the vibe that I'm getting from it is oh man, what's the name of that one group? Is it Hiatus Coyote, something like that? Hiatus Coyote, yeah. It gives me the that sort of a vibe. I don't know what to expect from it. Like I said, I'm excited to jump into it. If you've got an album that you really want a video for, even if I've heard it before, you can request a video for it. I will do like a replay video of it. Like I said, $30, Streamlabs link in the description. I'm raising funds so that I can dedicate more time to producing music and continue to work on that tape. I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait for it to be finished so you guys can listen to it. That would be really cool. So yeah, take me up on that offer if you have an album that you want a video for. And, with that said, thank you so much, Richard. And hopefully this is awesome, man. Hopefully this is awesome, and I get put onto an entirely new artist today. With all that said and my intro out of the way and finished, let's jump into track one, Harvey. Now, Richard's also a producer, so I know production on this is probably going to be spectacular. Yeah, man. Wow, the pitched vocals back and forth. That's so cool. Oh, wow. Oh, it's fun. It's romantic. Oh, this is so cool. The kick sounds so small and like it's like music box vibes. This is giving me like imagine you're on, like a first date in Venice, and you're in a gondola and the sun is setting and it's a gorgeous day outside and it's not too hot and it's not too cold and I don't know. It just gives me this really warm, absolutely perfect like first date kind of vibes. It's just like fun and romantic and it feels like it's that just being young. This feels like being young, and I really like that about this, man. It's really well produced. The little crisp sounding hi-hats and the drums sound like they're out of a little toy music box. They're so small, but the guitars and everything else is just so bright and happy, and the vocal performance on this is just, it's awesome. The chorus is catchy. Just a really fun song, dude. Really great. Really, really great. Track 2 is Manny's Smile. This already sounds like an 80s movie. This is so cool. Oh wow, that's cool. Dun, 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 dun. That's cool. I love this guy's voice, man. I love the chorus. That's so catchy. That sounds like the 80s, the way that my dad and my uncle describe it. So it's like this really romanticized, like reminiscent sort of looking back on the 80s and seeing it as absolutely perfect kind of a vibe to it. This is like that feeling that I get listening to their stories about wanting to have been alive in that time and experiencing that firsthand. That's kind of what this sounds like. It just feels like utopian almost. Really, really well done. Just happy again. Very bright sounding guitars and bass. That bass riff was really cool. You know, just everything about this gives me like Footloose vibes. I don't know how to describe it. It's just this really retro neon sign, colorful kind of a vibe. You know, it's very visual person, as you can probably tell by the way I'm describing these songs. But that's just what I'm getting from it. Really cool. Track 3 is If You Know What's Right. Ah, a little bit of dissonance in those chords. Ah, that's kind of dirty. I like it. Starting the track off like that already is really cool. Look at that bass sing, bro. I like the really shimmering keys there. Yeah. I love that little riff. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's go, Richard. Thank you so much for this, man. 3 playlist tracks so far. That sounds like the intro to a really like fun, quirky, bubbly sitcom. Oh man, so cool. I don't know his name, the lead singer's name, but his vocals. I mean, they you know, he was leaning into a really different vibe here than what we've gotten from him so far. I mean, he was going into that higher falsetto, thinner, brighter sounding tone to his voice, whereas I feel like the last 2 tracks had kind of like a warmer, thicker, deeper kind of a performance coming from him. I like this versatility, you know. The softness to his performance on here kind of sticks out to me. Like I said, that's the 3rd playlist track in a row, so I mean, that should be more than enough to tell you that I'm straight up vibing, man. This is great. Carry the Doubt. The processing on the guitars for every single track has just been spot on, man. The way that they sound, you know, the chorus and the flangers that they add to them, and the fact that they sound sometimes like they're underwater, and it's just this really dreamy sound is always so cool. Right now, this is giving me the fool who ripped his pants vibe off of SpongeBob. If you know, you know. This is, that's the vibe I'm getting. SpongeBob turned into a clown. Man, this is, oh, I'm a child now. I love the little woodblock sound. I would have added a little less reverb to it. Right now, it just sounds like it's those higher frequencies when at the tail end of the reverb are just kind of ringing out a little bit, you know, over the rest of the track. I would have just turned the reverb down just a little bit. I love the acoustic guitar sound. So thick. Da, 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 da. Even this track, which is on a little bit of the slower side of things, and it's got a little bit more of a somber vibe compared to the other ones, even this one still sounds like, you know, like a summer day, right? Like it's still got that sort of a bright, hopeful feeling to it in the background, despite his, like I said, more melancholy performance on this one. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a change of pace. Like I said, it's a little slower, a little bit more melancholy, kind of like a come down sort of a track. It's still so pleasant. It's still so easy on the ears. You know, it's just, it's a little bit different from what we've gotten so far, but it's still so well done. And the acoustic guitars sound so warm and rich. Yeah, his vocals, again, the softness, the way that he's able to sort of just like let his vocals float over the track is really nicely done, man. Yeah, I really like it. I really do. I added this one to my playlist as well. 4 for 4. I thought we were gonna get a little bit of like an old Western vibe there. Yeah, that's a great song. It doesn't stick out as much to me as the previous ones because I guess going into the previous few songs, I had no idea what sort of a vibe to expect, and so all of it was very much so a pleasant surprise. And then here, I've sort of, I'm starting to understand the vibe that this album is in, and so this just seems a little bit like par for the course. It seems very consistent. But since I sort of I'm now prepared for the style and the vibe and the imagery and the colors and the sort of feeling that I get from these tracks. I didn't have that element of like surprise when the song started when we got into it, and so I wasn't as I guess energetic about it or so like wow. But I still really enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, it's still very consistent and it's just as good as the previous ones. It's just that one element of not knowing what to expect and then getting something really refreshing. That I've sort of listened to 4 songs by now, so that's sort of waning a little bit. So I really don't want you guys to think that I'm less enthusiastic about the song. I really enjoyed it. It's just that initial surprise that's sort of wearing off. It's still it's still really really good. Breathing Easy. Gorgeous. This smooth, sort of like a ballad kind of a feeling. Really enjoy it. Frank Ocean vibes here because of the pitched vocals. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. So pretty. Love those supporting vocals there. I'm breathing easier than I was before. Call off the search for my mother's words. That is so sweet, man. That's so sweet. That feeling of anxiety, hard to catch your breath, feeling like you're sort of lost, craving some reassurance from your mother, wanting that, motherly sort of embrace, that motherly sort of love, and then once you finally find the relief, making sure you mention call off the search from my mother's words. Sort of like just saying my mother's words would have helped. You don't have to search for them right now, though. I'm already breathing easier. They would have helped me feel better. It's really sweet, I think. Yeah, that one's got a little bit of a 6/8 swing to the melodies to it. I'm not certain that the track is in 6/8. It might just be a really slow 4/4, but I love the supporting vocals and the really chirpy, bright, shimmery sounding supporting melodies going on towards the latter half of the track. Yeah, this one we've definitely hit a more mellow portion of the album, and I'm still it's tough to be energetic about a song that's mellow. It's really relaxing. It's soothing, and I'm just here kind of in awe at what they're doing. But I'm very much so enjoying it, And this one sounds really great. Sounds really great. Like I said, sweet. It sounds pleasant. It's awesome. Track 7 is Blue Lips. Nice. Love the tone of the bass. Love the sound of the brush there for the snare. Super soft. Oh, look at the bass there, man. That is fire. This lead singer is so charismatic, man. Definitely picking back up a little bit in terms of the tone, the sort of general vibe to the song, right? It's a little happier sounding, a little bit more upbeat than that last one. Brighter sounding guitars, a little bit more of like a sunshiny, flowery sort of a performance from the lead vocalist, who is absolutely murdering this performance. He's just doing a great job, man. Um, Love the sound for the brush for the snare. It's just super soft, and then once we lead up into the chorus, the regular drumstick sounds great. Very vintage sounding drums. It's got that nice like I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna have a tough time describing the sound to that snare, but I just absolutely adore it. Yeah, I really the words escape me to describe exactly what I mean to say about it, but it's I just love that this sound of this snare. It's not like a staticky sound, but you can sort of hear the way that the not chains, the I don't know what to call them, but the little metal things that stay underneath the snare sound. You can sort of hear them ringing out afterwards. It's almost like a white noise kind of a thing. Um, it feels like they're a little bit looser, so that it's not just like a really tight snap to the snare. It sort of stays shaking a little bit. It lingers there a little bit. It's got a really cool little tail to it, to the snare. I think that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, I really love it. Love everything about this one. I want to hear She Needs Him, because if we continue to pick back up, this one should be a little bit happier than the last one even. So this should be interesting. Just as I thought. Definitely more upbeat than the last track. Man, this one's really nicely arranged. Nice. Yeah, all the different segments to the song are really cool. Wow. So sweet, dude. So carefree. Yeah, it definitely started off way faster paced than that last track. It's got a happier sound to it. All of the different sections, though, the transitions, in between them are really nice. Clear, distinct, different sections with variations in the production and in his performance, so that we get to experience those little, individual vibes all within the same track really clearly. And the switch up was just executed flawlessly. And the second half of this track is just so mellow and smooth and really clean and just dreamy and atmospheric. And I think it's really nice. Definitely telling of why this one has so many more plays than some of the other tracks. I'm assuming it was a single, but beyond that, it's definitely a standout song because of how many different vibes and the sort of like roller coaster that it takes us on all the way throughout it. Very nicely done. Awesome song. Track 9 is Love on the Line, Call Now. So bubbly. This is so sugary. It's like candy. Yeah, that's another one with a great vibe. It's also very consistent, super sugary and kind of bubbly and happy and fun. Great. Track 10 is Don't Think It Over. Oh. Yeah. Love these guitars, dude. This is awesome. This project has been incredibly consistent all the way through, man. So solid. Just absolutely gorgeous guitars. So cool. That really is probably the only word I could use to describe that last track. It just feels cool, So cool. I'm pretty speechless at this point. I feel like I've really said all that there is to say about it. I really just feel like sort of moving on to the next track and just enjoying it, man, because this has just been so solid, so consistent, so consistent. Every single track is just like they really held every single song to that standard and nailed it. Track 11 is Under Wraps. Love it. Oh, gorgeous, man. I think maybe this one runs on for a little too long, but it still sounds so good. I'm really not that mad at it. That's a great way to close out the album because it's got a little bit of a slower vibe again. So we picked back up, and then we're just like ending on the very beginning of the downward curve where we're just starting to come down a little bit. It's a soothing song. It's a relaxing song. It's a slower paced, track. And man, have these guys nailed the art of processing guitars, dude. Like the acoustic guitars sound great, the electric guitars sound great, all the effects are just super clean. They always just get across the exact vibe that they're going for. They really nail it on the head every single time. Talk about consistency, talk about warm, bubbly, fun, youthful sounding tracks that are going to just take you to sunshine and happier places. This album is just all the way through. It's just such a pleasant experience. It's just absolute sugar for your ears. It's sweet, and it's like it's just so pretty sounding, and sometimes flowery, and even the melancholy and the somber moments still have that light at the end of the tunnel, hopeful sort of a feeling lingering in the track. And the lead singer's vocals, I have to find out his name, but he just killed it all the way through. Very versatile sound, very awesome tone to his vocals. When he goes into that higher falsetto, he just sounds so soft and feathery over the track. It's really nicely done. Everything about this, I really enjoyed it all the way through. It's a super solid listen. It gets a little mellow towards the middle of the album, and it picks right back up again right when you feel like you sort of need it to. So it just doesn't get boring. I would highly recommend everybody go and listen to this. Richard, thank you so much for sending this in and asking me to listen to this. This was a blast. I really appreciate you. If you've got an album that you want to request and you want to get a video for it, like I said, you can use the Streamlabs link in the description. For $30, you just send in the message box what album you want me to listen to, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. Like I said, I am raising funds because in the meantime, I am also working on a tape with a bunch of my subscribers in the Discord server. So if you're a producer or a rapper and you want to jump in that as well, just join the Discord. The link to that is also in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription if you're new to the channel. It means a lot to me. I will ask that everybody stay safe out there, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.